let's play a little game. I'll show you 10 hidden facts about GTA Vice City, and if you know them all, leave a dislike. If you however didn't know at least one, a like is mandatory. Sound good? Alright, let's start with number 10. Do you hate the paramedic mission? You gotta pick up 3 patients at a time, drive them all the way back to the hospital, pick up more, drive back and so on. Tedious, right? Well, did you know that you can make 1 chip per level even if there's 12 patients in the same level? Once you reach level 4, you need to pick up 4 patients, and the ambulance has only 3 spots. Once you pick up the first 3, you can find a police officer, make him angry, align your car so he'll try to bust you through the passenger seat, he'll take out the patient for you, you can drive off, and there you go, you have more room. When you do this, the other patients will get off either immediately or after you pick up the next patient. Also, yes, you will get the normal time you normally get from picking up patients in this mission. Once your map is clear of all patients, you can drop them off at the hospital and advance to the next level. This method is abusing a glitch, but it does help a lot in shaving off like half an hour of this mission. Number 9. GTA Vice City is based in the USA. How do I know? Is it because this is supposed to be Miami? Is it because everybody talks in English? Well, sure, but what I'm referring to, and something which will anger most of my US viewers, is that this game, just like in real life in the USA, does not have free healthcare. If you pick up any heart icon on the map, you don't need to pay. But when it comes to health pickups at the hospital, they cost $20 to heal yourself. What happens when you don't have enough money? Well, tough luck. Tommy could be missing a limb, his head could be detached, he could be bleeding severely, he'll get no service. Number 8. You can make any pedestrian drive a tank. Sometimes they obey the laws, stop at traffic lights, go the speed limit and so on. And sometimes they'll cause mayhem and destruction, which is even better. What you need to do is get your hands on a tank. Park it right next to a pedestrian, type the cheat hopping girl and they'll get into your tank. Simply get out of the vehicle, take the pedestrian out as well, and they'll steal it right after. Of course it's simple, but you gotta be a dirty smelly cheater if you wanna take advantage of it. It also doesn't work every single time, and with every pedestrian, sometimes they'll just take you out and flee in terror. You gotta get lucky in how they behave.
You're out of here, dude.
Number 7. In the original Vice City you can easily do 100 taxi fares in a row. Sure, it will take you maybe 2 hours, but it's an easy mission and the payout is in the hundreds of thousands. In the Definitive Edition, however, after 35, 40, 45 fares, pedestrians will just stop appearing on the streets. It will be like a barren wasteland, since you need to pick up pedestrians and your timer keeps ticking down. If you don't find anybody, you'll not manage to do 100 in a row. This removes the taxi mission as a viable moneymaker. One thing which might help you is shooting a car, wait for the passenger to get out, and they may or may not turn into a passenger. This unfortunately is very unreliable. Number 6. Here's a small detail you guys have probably missed. When raining, traffic lights will turn off and blink orange. Honestly, I have no idea why a little bit of rain does that. Even in Bulgaria, street lights work when it's raining, but I guess not here. What's even more interesting is that this happens only when natural rain occurs. If you try forcing it via cheat, no matter how much you wait, the traffic lights will work normally. They'll only turn off when the natural rain cycle occurs again. Number 5. During Vigilante, you chase down and waste suspects yourself. You can shoot them, burn them, explode them and so on. Did you know, however, that these people are bulletproof, fireproof and melee-proof to other pedestrians? Meaning that only you can hurt them? The way to test it is to get yourself near a suspect's car, cancel Vigilante, shoot the car so the pedestrian gets out, type the cheat hop in girl when they're close to you, they'll of course hop into your car and they don't necessarily have to be a girl, it can be any pedestrian, this cheat works on all pedestrians, take them to the army base, take them out of the car and try finding a hiding spot. The army guys will target you but also the invincible pedestrian, they can shoot at them forever and nothing is gonna change. They'll die from explosions though, or if you yourself decide to hurt them. Number 4. Vice City has a secret mission which is called Bus Driver. It's quite simple. Do you see these bus stops around the map? If you don't know what qualifies as a bus stop, you can just follow a coach, which will stop occasionally and pick up and drop passengers. Well, if you steal a coach and try replicating what it did, you can be a bus driver too. Unfortunately, it's very finicky and pets don't always want to get out and in, or even if they do, they don't pay you always. But hey, it's a decent source of revenue. Number 3. Do you guys hate how listening to a full phone call is mandatory in this game if you wanna progress? In San Andreas you can just skip them. Here, however, no matter what, you gotta listen to these people talk. Well guys, there's a trick you can use to make listening to these knuckleheads more enjoyable. Select an assault rifle in your hand, when the phone rings, answer it and immediately aim with the gun. When you stop aiming, you can switch to something else and sprint while listening to the phone call. No longer must you stand in one place and walk slowly, waiting for it to finish. Just make sure not to get into vehicles, because if you do, the phone call cancels, but you gotta listen to it again to progress. Number 2. You can create a civil war against gang members, and by that I mean members of the same gang. Take aggro on them, stand next to a vehicle, preferably a tall vehicle so they can shoot it instead of you. Eventually the vehicle will catch on fire and explode. If the gang members don't die, they'll aggro on each other. They'll not completely forget about you, but they'll mostly shoot each other until one of them is still alive. Or if you know, a different explosion happens, wiping them all out. And finally, number 1. After a mission Troy and Voodoo, the Haitian gang becomes hostile towards you. You might think that these guys are the only ones who have this change of heart. Well, think again. The gang of Diaz does the same after the mission Rub Out. As you see, I have not beaten this mission yet, and they don't care about me. After you complete this mission though, DSS Gang gets replaced by a bunch of Marios. So how can we see if DSS Gang is hostile? By doing rampages, of course. Before beating Rub Out, if you attempt one and these guys spawn, they'll not care even if you shoot at them. After you beat this mission, however, attempting the same rampage will immediately make them hostile and they'll try to kill Tommy. Something else interesting is that you don't have to actually beat Rub Out. Simply attempting it and failing it will make the gang disappear forever and will only be seen in rampages, where of course they'll be hostile. A reminder of our little game: if you did not know any of these things I showed you, you need to leave a like. But if you are a GTA master and are very knowledgeable, a dislike is fine as well. Thank you for watching, check out the many other 10 things you didn't know about videos in the description, and a special thank you to Ola Velikanian, Kazenights, Monish Purdiv, The Sleepgate Studios, Epic LF, Shinte, Bad Boy Hero, Xessi, Extreme Stuff, Jacob Madley, Jebediah, Versetti Gwen, Jim Francescos, and everybody else.